of Jordan's regular army.
At first, I encouraged them when they went on operations. We would provide covering fire as they crossed the river.
If the Israelis hit back, the Kingdom of Jordan would take the blow.
So I asked His Majesty to meet them.
I had never seen a photograph of Arafat up to that point, or had a description of him. So I was looking at a sort of a big burly figure that I thought must be Arafat. And when he finally came to say goodbye, I suddenly realized that it wasn't the image I had formed of Arafat.
The actions launched from Karame worried the king, but he was unable to stop them.
Karame had become a huge military base in Jordan. The terrorists there were sending units into Israel. The straw that broke the camel's back was an attack on an Israeli bus taking pupils on a school trip south of the Dead Sea. It hit a Palestinian mine. Children were killed and injured.
In response, the Israeli army was ordered to destroy the Palestinian bases in Karame and south of the Dead Sea.
We were not very careful. After the 1967 war, we didn't take the enemy seriously. We didn't bother to hide any of our troop movements.
They came blatantly with their tanks and artillery and troops messed up. So we realized that something was about to happen. I think they were overconfident. Early in the morning, at about 5, we were told that the first Israeli elements had crossed one of the bridges.
The Israelis attacked. Facing them were 300 Palestinian fighters with orders from Arafat to hold their ground. By midday, half of them were dead, and most of the rest were rounded up.
Arafat had slipped out of there at 2 o'clock in the morning.
But the battle wasn't over yet. Jordanian army tanks arrived in force.
I jumped when I was told the Israeli tanks were coming. I jumped out of bed. Shoot, I said. I was jumping with excitement. I wanted to face the Jews.
Excitement.
I wanted to teach them a lesson. Yes, by God, I did.
The Jordanian involvement in the battle was very massive. We destroyed many of their tanks.
29 Israelis died in the battle. The Palestinians declared victory.
We faced these huge, up-to-date military Israeli forces. In the beginning, we were alone. After 5 hours, some small battalions from the Jordanian government attended us and fought with us without any central instructions from their headquarters. But at the end, it was the first victory for the Arab nation after this big defeat of 1967.
They claimed it to be a victory for them. We wouldn't have disputed that except for the fact that it wasn't true.
But it was a public relations triumph. Arafat was chosen to command all the factions in the Palestine Liberation Organization. Inspired by the stories of a great victory at Karame, volunteers from many countries came to swell the ranks.
But unfortunately, the majority were the worst type of people. They were untrained.